So when it comes to you might have heard of the victim surcharge. It's the fine that criminals pay when they're charged with most crimes. And if you're anything like myself, you probably thought, victim surcharge? It's gotta go towards the victims, surely. But going by what I've just found out today, I hate to say it, I do. I hate to say it. But I think it's another cash grab for the government. So I'll give you a bit of a backstory, right? One of my closest friends was involved in quite a serious situation against her. And it went through all of the systems, and it went through all of the processes, like court and everything like that. And the other evening, she was updating me as to what had happened, about all of the damages and things like that. And what she said to me, right? She said, it's kind of weird, I haven't heard about the victim surcharge or anything like that. I don't even know what's happened to it. So I said to her, did they not mention it or anything like that? And I hate to go back and forth, but she said, no, they didn't mention anything at all. And I thought to myself, no way. There's no way they've called something the victim surcharge and it don't go towards the victims. There's no way that's a thing. So I Googled it. I had to double check. Got to make sure. I Googled it on the spot. She'd know. Right then and there. Probably seemed quite rude. I was like, hold the phone on your traumatic story. I gotta do some research. Oh, they must hate me. People I know. But what I found on Google, right, it doesn't go towards the victims. It goes towards a central fund. It basically goes towards the government and to just run part of their operation. And obviously the government do have to get their money from somewhere. But I think we can all agree that they take enough as it is. And rather than it going into a central fund, it would honestly make sense to just go towards the victim. Like, truth be told, they're probably going to be a bit more efficient with it than the government ever will. Just going towards paying someone's 80 grand a year wage to sit in an office. That's what it will do if it goes to the government. But if it goes to the victim, it goes to the actual person who suffered in the crime. Does that make sense? Because it really is. It's textbook government, this is. And like I said, I was so surprised. I almost fell over. I couldn't believe it. Victim surcharge? They don't even see it. Victim? Come on. They got nothing to do with this circumstance. But like I said, it feels like it's textbook government, right? Because we've got a traumatic situation. One that nobody should have to go through, right? And the government, in typical government fashion, they burst through that door. They can smell a transaction from a mile away. Do you know what I mean? They're like, whoa. I'm throwing stuff around. I'm heated. They're like, whoa. Someone broke into your car? That's a transaction. Whoa. Someone broke into your house? That is a transaction. Someone punched you in the street? You're telling me someone came up to you in the middle of the street and punched you? Checking my watch. That is transaction time. And like I said, it's sick. They will just... I didn't want to say they're profiting off of trauma, but people are suffering trauma and they're making a profit. So you glue them together, they're profiting off of trauma. So this was completely new to me. For my entire life, I've heard that, I haven't been a victim and stuff like that, but for my entire life, I've heard the words victim surcharge. And I didn't even think about it, didn't even cross my mind. It's got the word victim in it. Didn't even give it two thoughts. Not even one. It was a given. It goes to the victims. They get the 125 quid fine or whatever for breaking a fence. Does it go towards the person who owns the fence? No, it doesn't. It goes towards the government. Because they can smell a transaction from a mile away. We covered this. They'll be on the other side of the room. I've walked over. Other side of the room. I'm not at my desk. They can smell a transaction. Is that a transaction?
This country has gone crazy.